'Cause we're gonna shout it loud, even if our words seem meaningless, like I'm carrying the weight of the world. I wish that some way, somehow, that I could save every one of us, but the truth is that I'm only one girl.
Hello and welcome, I'm Stormo, and we're back at the title screen. And there's a really good reason for that. Mostly to do with the fact that, yeah, see that? Ending A, that's what we got. Just ignore those other two files there. There are other playthroughs. I think I mentioned in the last video I did get all of the endings, and I think if you know what that means, you'll know that there shouldn't be other save files there. That was on a different PS4 that I did that. So anyway, let's... one thing that we did unlock, I'm not going to play with it because it's dodgy, but one thing we did unlock is the voice changer. If you set that, I think if you set that to the lowest setting, it will actually make the voices sound like the shades in the original Nier. So that's a cool thing. Anyway, let's start the game, and we're going to start Nier Automata. Again, I guess. So that'll be fun for us, hey? Sorry, I'm trying to do something and something is messing around. There we go. Brother. Oh yeah, ending B you play as this robot. No, really, that's what happens. Look at the detail in these robots. There's detail you don't normally see because normally you're just blowing them up. You don't get a good close look at them, but it's there. And yeah, yet again we get to control a little robot dude. And yeah, we're in the factory.
If I give my brother this, he'll move again. I need a container.
Let's see if there's a container down here. This robot's very limited, he can't do anything. Also, he doesn't have eyes that glow, which is interesting.
It will be okay now, brother.
Well, you say that, but... So there's one thing that happens here. He moves slower, he can't jump without spilling it, and you can't walk over this because what'll happen? Oh. Oh. He tripped over. I guess we'll just have to get more oil. Oh well. Anyway, we got it? We got it. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so the best way to do this is to actually avoid those pipes altogether, and don't jump. And you just have to live with this incredibly slow movement speed that you have at this point. That's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. So, for those of you who aren't familiar, I'm sure there's one or two of you out there, I should explain. Ending B, or Route B that we're about to play, is actually a bit different. Most of the plot beats play out the same way, but from 9S's point of view rather than 2B's point of view. So we actually play through as 9S. It's a good opportunity just here, by the way, to have a good close look at some of these robots, like those guys who just are orbs.
Brother.
Doesn't matter how much oil you give him, little guy. You can't make a machine your brother. Well, looks like it's time.
Okay, there we go.
Operator 210 to Unit 9S. Come in, 9S.
9S here. Go ahead.
The Yorha troops have commenced their descent. Disable the enemy base's defense systems immediately.
Roger that.
Okay, so if we go that way and jump off there, there's an ending. I'm not kidding, there really is an ending if you do that. I'm not going to get that ending right now, but yeah, you can jump off the end there and pick up an ending. Yes, I'm getting there, I just wanted to, you know, do that. Anyway, let's start 9S's run through the story. So, like I said, this is basically the same main story, but from 9S's point of view. It does have a few different quests that weren't available during when we were playing as 2B, and it has an entirely new gameplay mechanic that that you won't have even seen. It's a completely new thing that we'll get to very shortly. So, speaking of gameplay mechanics, there's still some of this stuff, still some shooting, lots of shooting. Oops. There we go. But yeah, don't be thinking we're just going to go through the same game again, because it is different, and it'll make a lot of sense how different it is once I get to it. One cool thing, we don't have to worry about tutorials unlocking our base abilities. The game doesn't sort of insult your intelligence with that. We only get tutorials for the new stuff. So that's nice. The game just assumes that you know what you're doing. Which we do. Because of course we do. Whoa. I'll just loop around them, shall I? I really, really wish there was more of this in the game, though. Like, I would just play a whole game. If Nier Automata had turned out to just be a side-scrolling shooter, I would have been fine with that.
We'll need you to take down the enemy's defense systems to give our attack squadron a chance. You have 4 targets that need to be hacked. Be advised that hostiles have been detected around each target and must be defeated before continuing.
Well, I guess that's what we've got to do now too. We do keep all our weapons, we do keep all of our levels. Even though we're playing as 9S, everything we had in our inventory just basically transfers to 9S. And we have to go here and we have to do a thing. Oh, well, not quite yet. We will. And welcome to the new gameplay mechanic. This is hacking. There's going to be a lot of it.
The target is now accessible.
Yeah.
One affirmation will suffice.
So hacking is an entire thing that you wouldn't even see if you stopped playing the game at this point. It's more than a mini game too, which will become clear as we keep playing it. It's incredible just how good it is.
Hacking complete. Proceed to the next target.
And only 9S can do it. In fact, hacking replaces the heavy attack for 9S. And basically every enemy in the game can be hacked. Like, I can actually, well, I wasn't able to then, but I can, if I want. In fact, I can't do it right now. I thought I could, but apparently I can't. I can hack all the enemies that we'll encounter. In fact, there'll be a lot of combat in this game that will just be me hacking enemies. Hack those wall things if we want. But I just blow them up. And isn't there supposed to be a thing up here? Yeah, there is. There's shadows here too, they look really cool. Oh, hello. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. There we go. Ah. You can see that little triangle icon, that indicates that something is hackable. For whatever reason, these enemies aren't, but this thing, obviously, I have to get around behind it, I think, to do it. But this thing should be hackable. There we go. I didn't have to get around behind it. Oh well. It's hackable, let's hack it. Let's make it happen. So yeah, this is, like I say, get used to seeing a lot of this. You'll also notice that whenever you do this, the music switches to a chiptune version of the same song. Every song in the game, as far as I'm aware, has an alternative chiptuned version of it just to support the hacking stuff, which is actually all kinds of incredible when you think about it. So, I do love the movement here too. It's really nice and fluid. You are actually limited to, there's no up and down. You're stuck to a 2D plane, but you still have, it still feels really nice and smooth. Works really well. Thought there was something behind me because of the shadows of the debris falling. There we go. Those things don't live long enough for it to be worth hacking. Neither do these guys at the moment. That guy does though. So there we go. So this is me hacking an enemy. So this is more like what normal hacking will be. It's a lot of stuff attacking and all that kind of stuff. Enemies usually explode when hacked, and they'll deal damage to enemies surrounding them. You can get plug-in chips that enhance the hacking in various ways, including how much damage that explosion does. And hacking insta-kills most enemies once you successfully do it too. Most smaller enemies. Larger enemies and bosses, hacking usually deals damage to them. And yes, every enemy. When I said every enemy, I meant every enemy. Bosses, everything can be hacked. The downside to hacking, if you fail a hack, basically you can take 2 hits before you die.
Complete. One target remains. Man, this is a real pain. May I remind you that personal chatter during operations is restricted? Fine.
Hacking is, yeah, as I said, you fail hacking, basically you take 2 hits and then the next hit you get will kill you. And in the end, what generally will happen is that you'll just take a portion of your health as damage. You don't get locked out of being able to hack most of the time. You just take damage. So you can go right back in and continue your hacks again if you want. Oh, come on. A lot of debris here. But yeah, it's a really fun mechanic. And the transition in and out of the hacking is so smooth. Like, you can see there how quick it is just to transition back and forward from the 2 different aspects of it. And yeah, 2B, any of those sequences in the first playthrough where 2B said, I'm going to hack or do this thing where it involves hack, anytime he says, I'm going to hack, when you play as 2B, those things, you have to hack. That's how it works. That's the other big difference, really, with 2B, is that you actually have to commit to those hacks.
Hacking of enemy defense system complete. Our attack squadron can now infiltrate the base. You are to continue providing support by whatever means available.
Yep. Well, let's do that then. Oh, hello. And hacking is often a surefire way to kill an enemy that's otherwise difficult. Like I say, something like this, where it takes a lot of damage normally, just hack it, kill it. It's easy. Problem solved. And we get more shooting.
Yorha has entered the base. However, there is only 1 unit remaining. Oof, must have been rough out there. The enemy's defensive weapon is making things more difficult than we estimated.
Oops, took a little bit of damage. That's fine. We don't get penalised for it, other than losing some health, I guess. Oops. Now we're taking a lot of damage, okay. Okay, it's getting a bit rough. Of course. I can't hack. I thought I could hack here. Yeah. Just had to take my hand off the shoot button. There we go. That's that guy dealt with. And here we go.
Whoa. Get a load of that thing. Firing missiles. Better make sure he's actually dead next time. That was dangerous, man. You're 2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
So, was that big old buzzsaw the Goliath you came here to take out?
No, just another defensive system.
Oh. Well, I guess we have to find the target then, huh? I've got a flight unit, so I'll take a look around the perimeter.
All right. I'll work my way inside from the ground.
And again, we're seeing that difference between the two playthroughs. Like, with 2B, of course, we'd be fighting our way through the factory on foot now, but we get to keep doing more shooting with 9S, so that's cool.
Ma'am?
What is it?
I was going to send you the map data I collected earlier.
Do it.
It's kind of hard to believe that these two haven't actually met before
I'm
now.
glad you're here.
Why?
Scanners like me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
Oh,
Sorry, ma'am.
And another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right, then. 2B it is.
no need to be so formal, I guess. So I could hack all these enemies, but I'm just not going to, I guess. I'm just being slack, basically. I don't really need to, I enjoy the shooting. I know hacking is also shooting, but, you know, this looks cool. Hacking looks cool too. Everything's cool. I'm taking a little bit of damage though, which is not great, but oh well. We're getting it back usually just by dealing more damage because I have offensive heal, which is great. But yeah. Whoa, stop doing that. There we go. I do have all my pods still
This
too.
place sure is big.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory. But now it's just crawling with machines.
Whoa.
The enemy seems to have repurposed the facility to increase their overall machine production.
So if we don't destroy it, they'll just keep coming.
Okay, there we go. There's the auto heal kicking in finally.
What?
It's just accessing random, nonsensical data from the old one. There's no actual meaning behind anything machines do.
Whoa! It does get very bullet hell. Whoops. Don't collide with machines. That's bad. Very bad. Still, I've got auto recovery and a few other cool things, so health shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm just being a bit rough. Ooh, there we go. It's all about, like any shooter, it's all about memorization, knowing where the enemy's coming in from, and preparing yourself in advance for that. But obviously, I've been a little while since I've played this, so I don't fully remember.
I surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
Is that?
You mean the birds? Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be. Probably because the environment's changed. There should be another facility across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out?
So if you remember in the first run through, there's a part where 9S comes out the end of the factory there, and she sees the birds flying off the building. That's what that conversation there was about.
Bet on that.
No idea how 2B sees it. No idea how 9S knows about it, but he does. Yeah, let's just use our...
2B, what's going on?
She appears to be engaging the target enemy.
We have to help her. Let's go!
Yes, let's do it.
To me!
What's your status?
This is the target. I'm going to destroy it.
Right. I'll provide support.
And yeah, now we get to take down Engels. Oh, and the other thing with 9S is that the boss names are actually shown for him. So I knew what the boss names were already. Oh yeah, and we can hack, which we should probably do. Yeah, let's get some hacking action. And you get to see, I was going to say you get to see more complex hack here, but you don't. Just get to see that. Yeah, that's right, I've got to hack the arm units. It's not until later that we'll get to see the more complex hacking areas. Come on, we can do this. Yep, let's do it. There we go. See, this is kind of just teaching you that you should be hacked. So this is one of the more complicated hacking ones I'm talking about. The enemies there, only the back parts can be damaged. Usually only the dark grey objects in a hacking area can be damaged. So that's what the deal there is. Enemy missiles intercepted, yay! Engels isn't messing around though.
Boost!
Nope, that didn't go well.
9S!
But this is not something we saw before. So, we get a hacking scene that we didn't get before. And I love how you can't see anything until you activate it. Also, you are on a time limit here too. But yeah, I love how you can't see anything until you activate it here. And there's no noise
Recovered. External sound input confirmed.
until we restore the vocal system. Come on. There we go.
I have to repair him. Pod, get me staunching gel and logic virus vaccines. Then access the...
Inadvisable. The subject's vital signs are too poor to attempt field repair in
Shut up!
current...
Just do what I say!
So, notice something about the pod. At no point does the pod actually recommend helping 9S when he's damaged.
We're soldiers. We take pride in our service.
HO-229 Flight Unit. Command 677 received. Usage rights transferred from 9S to 2B. Requesting acknowledgement.
Please.
All right.
So the cool part of this, of course, is that we get to see what 9S is doing while she's out shooting at Engels, as she goes off and does the rest of this battle. But there's more to come.
Incoming enemy fighters detected.
Engaging.
And of course, we have missiles, so we can make this easy. Oh, and we can hack too. We can still hack. So we can keep doing that. So 9S actually has a different pod. It's not the pod that 2B has. It has a female voice, among other things. And you see how much damage the explosions, the hacking explosions, actually do deal. It's a lot. It's a decent amount, and it's worth it. So there's going to be a lot of hacking here. I'm just going to do as much as I can. because it just makes sense. Yeah, there you go. I blew all of them up because I started that hack. Basically, you've got to stop the robots. You can actually get an ending here by allowing the robots to come and attack 9S. There is actually an ending you get at this point. It's not the W ending either, it's a different ending. So you can get one here. You do get XP for hacking too, so it is worth it on that point of view too. I'm not sure if it's worth more or less than it would normally be, but you do get hacking XP, so that's cool. And yeah, like I say, you can see just how ridiculously smooth these transitions are from hacking to normal game and everything like that. Like, it's just perfectly smooth. I did encounter a couple of times when I was doing it where there would be like a bit of a stutter between the two modes, but most of the time...
I found a weakness in the target. Hacking in to provide support.
Yeah, so this is... remember the part with the arm? This is the part with the arm. We get to beat Engels up with his own arm.
To be the control on the enemy's upper arm. Use your pod. Should be able to take it over.
I told you to shut up!
Well then. Not happy with him for doing it. Just got to do a bit more hacking.
Seize its control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted. Balance controls overridden. Enemy unit subjugation complete.
2B has successfully commandeered the enemy unit.
Continuing support.
We still have to keep fighting these guys off while she beats him with his own arm. But that's fine. We can do that.
Upload 2B's memory data package.
Alert.
The only downside, of course, to hacking is it interrupts conversations and stuff like that are happening.
Affirmative.
So basically, what's happening there is 9S is backing 2B up. 2B up, so that when things go badly, she can be restored from the bunker. So that's kind of what the point of that is. And this is the part where you get to see what that actually means too, where you get to see how that works. So now, what should happen here is that middle robot should just blow up. Yep, there we go. Bang. But yeah, this hacking stuff is so much fun. And such a unique way to do it too. It feels really good.
You just die already!
Talk about bringing the battle to them. 2B.
Contact command. Request assistance.
No. It doesn't look like that's going to be necessary.
Oh boy. Well, we know what happens here. I'm not going to skip any of the cutscenes, even if they've already been done. I might skip through some dialogue if I feel like it isn't necessary to keep it on, but for the most part, the major plot's cutscenes I'm not going to skip over even though we've already seen them, because often they have variations and differences. This one's mostly the same, but I'll leave it in.
This is going to end well.
And as we all know, this does not really end
The
well.
black box. It's ready.
Right.
Requesting destruction of enemy hostiles via black box reaction.
Request accepted.
Doobie, it was an honor to fight with you. Truly.
The honor was mine.
And there we go. Things have not gone well. But it's okay. We're all backed up and ready to go. This is a cool sequence, actually, this next part.
Looks like it's time to help 2B get herself set up. She's probably waiting in her room now.
Oh, we better go start her up, eh? Weird as that sounds. And I've got mail. So, there's a couple of things that are different now. Yeah, we have access to this, the arcade, which is basically all the hacking games we've encountered. And we can train each one and all that kind of stuff. And there's a few other things as well that we can do here. But we also now have access to 9S's inbox, which is mostly the same. It's not super different. But there is this. Which tells you about the arcade, actually. So yeah, so there's that, and obviously everything else is basically the same. And I thought I'd just check my mail.
Sorry
Let's
to
go
barge
wake
in on
2B
you.
up.
Oh, looks like you've already started.
We have to hack 2B. That's
2B,
fine.
Can you hear me? I'm starting your boot sequence. First, you'll want to check your brightness settings.
So you might remember the original when we did this
Let's get
playthrough the
started.
first time.
We'll go through each adjustment in order.
You might remember we
Let's
did
start
this,
by getting the brightness set.
and you might notice that what it does here, which it just automatically plays back. So I'm not doing it. I'm not touching the controller or anything like that. I'm just sitting here watching
Okay.
this. This is just a
How does this
cutscene.
look? Roger that. Oh,
The
and I should
inputs
probably let you know
were
that this
recorded when I
entire
did that. Of
process
course
is
they
being
were. It
recorded
says
for
recording up
posterity.
there. Why wouldn't have they been? So basically,
Now let's take a look at
this
your
is
voice
just a replay
recognition
of what I
settings.
did when we
Seems
did this
your
the
voice
first time.
recognition is set to mute, which isn't going to work. I'm going to call out to you now. Make sure you can hear my voice. Ma'am, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? Go ahead and adjust your setting. All right, are we good now?
Yeah. And I picked this option for a good reason.
Thank you. Anyway, that takes care of the settings. Oh, what the heck? My pulse rate is rising. It seems to be back to normal now. How odd. Hold on.
So of course you don't get to hear that
Your
part
self-destruct
when
permissions are missing.
he does it
Wait a second, we
originally.
need to
If you
restore
choose that,
those.
you don't get that at all if you don't choose that option.
I could set it for you, but you should probably do it yourself. Regulations and all, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
good. If things go wrong during an op, you may have to sacrifice yourself in order to finish it. So, once you're finished making adjustments, you can go ahead and close this out.
So yeah, this is all a replay of what I did the first time. And I did go through all of these, I think. I might have discussed some of them. I can't remember. It was several videos ago. But yeah, this is all exactly how that all works out. Which is really neat. I really love the way it happens. Whoops. And
I see you've turned vibration detection on. Let's run a check to make sure.
okay.
It's working. I'm gonna tap you on the shoulders. All right?
Yeah.
How was that?
And again, that does vibrate
feel
my
it?
controller.
Okay.
So
Check complete.
that's cool. Yeah, and I played around with the difficulty settings, but we're playing on normal. Yeah, you can't change that here. So there we go. That's all of that done.
Morning.
S.
The commander's put me in charge. That means I'll be performing regular
Oops.
checks on you from now on.
I see.
Oh, don't worry. We 9S models are the best around, you know. Though
I skipped some
suppose
dialogue I
we're
didn't mean
not
to.
exactly known for our modesty.
9S.
What is it, ma'am?
Stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
There's no need to be so formal.
All right. If you say so. Oh, I almost forgot. The commander was calling for you. We'd better go see what's up, man. 2B.
Okay, and we're gonna leave it there. So I'll head to the save point and save the game, and check my mail too.
You need to be near an access point to save your data.
Yes,
You
I
can
know how
see
this
access
works.
points on the close range map. Be sure to save often.
Yes, hurry up. There we go. So apparently we had mail. That'll be 9S mail. It's the test mail. Yep. And I think 2B, yeah, she gets the same. So yep. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for the moment. So thank you all for watching. We'll continue with the second playthrough of Nier Automata in the next episode. And I will see you all then.
I wish that some way, somehow, that I could save everyone.